Hello again, everybody.
Oh, Harry! Harry! Oh, yeah, Harry!
You know, there comes a time when you probably ought to stop broadcasting. I probably should have quit about 5 years before I passed. Oh my God! What world am I living in? Scott Barter's making me laugh.
Don't you feel a little stupid? Go over there this afternoon. Throw your worm in the water. See how that works out.
Throw your worm in the water means something different in Los Angeles.
Well, it means about the same thing here in Kenosha. Wow, things haven't changed.
That's what I'm saying. I can't make heads or tails which part is which.
Was a virgin sacrifice?
Not that I recall. We couldn't find one.
And not in Kenosha anyway, right?
Get through what you got to get through, Scott.
This program is a real challenge.
Good morning, everybody. I'm right with you. This is Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the February 17th edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report, coming to you live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WLIP, streaming worldwide and booming across the warming cornfields of the Midwest, reaching out to over 50,000 homes here in the Tri-County area, being brought to you this morning by our major sponsor, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, along with a host of other very fine local businesses. Joining us this morning, Elmo Schneider is in the house. We welcome Elmo.
So, Uncle Scotty, did you participate in the Harry Carey Worldwide Toast that happened on Thursday night?
How did I miss that? No.
I have note 6:30 on Thursday. They were 20th anniversary of his
Did
demise.
he come back?
I don't know. Maybe he'll call in today. So.
That's right. Harry, if you're up there, say a good word to St. Peter.
No, Ryan Sandberg led the toast down at his restaurant in Chicago, and it was supposed to be...
6:30, I'm usually pretty toasted by then.
Yeah, I figured it was before 7. You might still be awake.
Oh, how about that? Well, maybe, Harry, if you're listening, you'll call us. Also in the house as we prepare for a possible move to Gurney Mills, Pistol Pete Borchek is here. Did I pronounce your last name right?
That's proper.
Pistol Pete's here, embraces our presence this morning as our Gurney connection. You know, they're going to do this show called Gurney Gots It, or what's the thing? What is Gurney has it? Whatever that.
Gurney.
Huh? Getting it at Gurney or something like that. Well, this is our Gurney connection until we come up with something a little more creative.
On a gurney.
On a gurney. End up on a gurney. And as he is every Saturday, our video coordinator, the Love Doctor, Spider Ronnie, the camera dude, joins us here at Camp Happy Face. Hey. Spider, did you enjoy a nice Valentine's with the missus? Or?
No, we didn't do anything.
You didn't do any love doctoring?
Nothing. No going out to eat, nothing.
Well, what's the matter with you? I mean, how do you expect to, be...
We saw you the night before.
Oh, he sees me the night before, yeah. Yeah, I have a lot to do with that, right?
It's cheaper to go the day before.
Yeah. And it's actually cheaper to go the day after. Everything's on half price. And engineering and board operating, Kenosha Today Trolley Ride this morning. Wacky Wayne joins us here in the Enchanted Kingdom. Wayne?
Very enchanted, yes.
You two guys from Antioch, did you carpool it in this morning? Or
no, I was here altogether too early for
what time did you
Pistol
get
Pete.
here?
I was here at 6.
To prepare for this show? 4 hours?
Yes, somehow I don't think so. I think I needed about 5 minutes, and I was ready
all
for
of that,
this.
huh?
Yeah, all 5 minutes.
He has to practice where the dump button.
Yeah. This week, the Kenosha Today Secret Word Challenge is sponsored by Barter's Financial Planning Services. And now that Congress has passed sweeping changes to the tax code, many questions have arisen as to how all of this may or may not pertain to your particular situation. With over 35 years of tax preparation, financial planning experience, let us guide you through all the options that are still available and how you can use the new tax code to your advantage and save the maximum dollars for you and your family. Call me at 262-652-6767. We'll set up a free consultation. And the Kenosha Today Brain Trust has pre-selected this morning's secret word. And the first caller to say the secret word will win a $20 Boathouse gift card. Not like some of the stuff I've given away in recent years. Barter coin. That's some work, and I give them, innocently, I give them some certificates that I've won in golf outings. Unfortunately, some of them had been expired for 5 years. But, I mean, you got to read the fine print. Coming up after the 10:30 weather break, Kenosha's fastest-growing game show sensation, the lightning round of City in Jeopardy, sponsored by the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, and a big treat, maybe. We're going to be taking a stroll down to Mr. Barter's neighborhood
Let the good times roll.
Let be a little before 11. And then
As long as Mr. McFeely's on that side of the table, we're okay.
Mr. McFeely. That's right. I forgot about him.
Bring your slippers?
Uncle Al, the kitty's pal.
Wrong show.
Jeez, you guys, you know what's troubling? You guys know all of the Mr. McFeely and Uncle Al and all these things. I was not a big Mr. Rogers fan until we started doing this show, and so. But you know, it's
So what? 20 years ago?
Yeah, Bob.
Yeah. So by now you should know all about it.
Hey, don't forget Mr. Green Jeans either.
All right. Anyway, we're going to do that a little before 11. And then after the 11 o'clock break, this week's top 10 thought-provoking category, written at Amen Corner, where gray hairs matter, on the deck of the Boathouse Pub during last night's production meeting, the top 10 things Kenoshans should give up for Lent. You know, not that we have a lot of sinners here in Kenosha or in Gurney. I don't want to live them out now.
No, Antioch has no sinners.
Yeah, that's right. But anyway, Kenoshans should give up for Lent. Let's take this call. That boy, Wayne.
There you go.
Now I like you.
Good.
It was a great call.
Yep.
No, they hung up.
Oh,
That was them. Yeah,
Okay.
they hung up before we got there.
another sinner. We don't know. Was it
Probably.
an Illinois sinner or a Kenosha sinner? Try
All
it.
of the above.
You want to try again? Good morning on Kenosha Today.
Yes, this is Ganga.
Ganga, my man!
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Do you people have your pants on?
Do we have our pants on? Now, Ganga.
Yes. Because, is the secret word for the day homo?
It might be the secret word in your world.
Secret word?
And now that you've come out of the closet, Gunga,
Shirley? How many guesses do I get for the secret word?
you're all out. Now that is that what they call you in your neck of the woods, Gunga?
Homo, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you wear the what is that gown that you guys wear? That white stuff with the towel around
It's
it?
called a dress.
Oh yeah.
The sacred stained underwear.
So, are you still a
I
virgin,
have several pairs.
Gunga? Are you still a virgin? Easy.
Well, until I bag Shirley, yes.
Jesus. Gunga from beyond the three-point arc, man.
She's the only woman I have affections for. Yes, I've had women in the past, but they will never surpass Shirley's wonderful, lovely love life.
So what's
That's
going on?
true.
What's going on in the world of Gunga these days?
I am driving to Racine to sell some donuts.
Some dope?
Donuts.
Oh, donuts.
No, I used to sell dope. There's more money in donuts.
Well, why Racine? Why are you not stopping here and selling us donuts? We're giving us donuts.
Oh, I would love to give you some donuts.
Yeah, I imagine.
Is that what they call it?
Pete brought him in today.
The donut hole.
Gunga, you're pushing the envelope right to the
Oh,
limit
I
here.
apologize.
Yeah, sure you do.
Do you have the Gunga button?
yeah.
Lenny has one.
Yeah. Well, I'm
I apologize if I offended your homosexual tendencies.
well, wait till you hear Mr. Barter's neighborhood. Then we'll probably have a different outlook on that.
Yes, I remember Mr. McFeely. He was quite a young man.
Yeah, okay.
Well, not quite young. Well, not he liked young men. I mean.
Hey,
A lot
Gunga,
of things.
are you about to Racine yet? Because we're probably going to lose your signal here.
Yes, yes. You have a wonderful day, gentlemen. Keep your pants on.
Yeah, okay.
Thanks, Gunga.
What a start to the day that was. No, just listen to Shirley. Hi. You know, I mean, you got to set the bar high there, and then you kind of taper on from there. My God. Also, during that next half hour, Stump the Chumps is back, sponsored by Cabin Fever.
Here we go.
Good morning. You're on Kenosha Today.
Wow.
Your
Very
bo-
hard to follow Gunga.
I didn't know you two guys were an item.
Oh, I love Gunga.
Obviously, he loves you too.
He loves you.
Oh, he's just something else, Gunga.
So, what are you bringing to the table this morning? We already know what Gunga brought to the table. What are you bringing?
Yeah.
He's already out of the closet.
Yeah, well, I had a really nice Valentine's Day. Did all of you?
No, we don't
No.
care. We said
You don't care, right? Oh, okay.
Gunga calls in. He's talking about all these affections that he has for you. And I think the word he used was bag, but I didn't. He wanted to bag you.
Yeah.
And this is all
Gunga
you
and I
can.
go way back.
I see, way up to the in the Roosevelt
Way
Theater
back.
when you were wearing a poodle skirt.
Yeah. Oh, I wish I knew Gunga back then.
Oh, I'm sure he does too. You know, the
That
unified
would have been something else. Yeah, the Roosevelt Theater. Oh boy.
the Unified School District is thinking about changing their dress code. Now, when you went to school, did they have you could wear a poodle skirt, right? And I mean,
Oh, you could wear anything. I would wear something different every day. I loved clothes. I had so many clothes and you could wear anything back then, within reason. But, yep, there was no dress code.
okay, what is if you remember Gunga? What was he looking like? Was styling? Or was he the one with the pink suit? Yeah, right.
That's right.
He was the one with the pink suit that came pick you up in front of your mom. Now it's all coming together.
I
Now
won't
see it
tell. I
all
won't tell.
coming together.
Dan choosing, think choosing.
Yeah, I just say I wish I knew Gunga back then. I really do.
Okay. Well, it sounds like he's stalking you now. So,
Yeah.
in fact, he said he tried to pretend that he was selling donuts in Racine, and it's dope. So that's where the connection. He's probably going to be in your driveway, backed up to your garage.
Yeah, it sounds like, right?
he's
It
wholesaling.
sounds
Yeah,
like
he's
it.
wholesaling. That's all. All right, Shirley.
And could you just do me a favor?
What?
Say hello to Jim Matzer for me. I've known Jim Matzer since he was like 8 years old.
He's probably back in the smokehouse turning up the sausage, going, "Now, why'd you mention my name?"
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yes, he is. All right, I'll tell him. Actually, you just told him for us. So
Yeah.
right.
We go way, way back.
sounds like you go way back with everybody.
Yeah, I know
Who
a
have
lot
you-
of people, I tell you.
Doesn't sound like you've missed anybody.
Not too many. No.
Yeah, I see that. Well, all right. We're gonna have to come up with
Okay.
a different name. All right, Shirley. Bye-bye.
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 Have a
Bye-bye.
terrific day.
Bye bye.
Wow, Shirley and Gunga.
Shirley's been way back
Together
with a
at
lot
last.
of people.
Sherman and Peabody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, and then there's even more, boys and girls. After the 11:30 break, our weekly editorial segment, and this week it's As the Olympics Turn.
Something happened there.
Sounds like Gunga weighing in.
We didn't pass the preliminaries of that Olympics.
This week's High Five Zingers and Doofuses is only heard here on the Kenosha Today Show. And it gets even better, folks, for those who might have forgotten. Tomorrow at noon, each and every Sunday, you can tune in here at AM 1050 WFA and listen to the replay of this show. Gunga Returns. That's a good name for was it the Rewind? Gunga Rewound.
Something like that, yeah.
And then you can watch the replay of this finely tuned, professionally produced Excuse for Radio show on Time Warner Cable's Channel 14, Tuesdays at 5, Wednesdays at 6, and how about this for programming genius? On Sunday at 6, when they normally were airing us for 22 years, you know what they're doing now? Playing nothing. Nothing. What does that say?
Dead air.
Dead air. For 22 years, we've had dead air. Now they've made it official. And everybody can now sign up with the thousands of our fans and listeners who have joined the Kenosha Today Nation, like us on Facebook. And you can even visit our Kenosha Today website, KenoshaToday.com. And hey, every Friday afternoon around 3 p.m., getting silly with Sally and or Scotty, depending on which bathroom I'm using, now that I've gone through that transgender deal. I'll have to have Gunga come up and take me into the woman's room now that he's out of the closet.
Make a man out of you.
Make a man out of me, yeah. Bring an extra towel for my head, you know. I guess.
Dig it deeper, Scott.
Yeah. Anyway, forget that one. We got a number of issues to talk about.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
We don't want to talk about those.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about those. We need a couple more time. You will have, if we're going to talk about my issues, you will have to get here at 6 in the morning and pay attention to this.
Right.
How about this organization out of Madison, the Freedom from Religion Foundation, calling out the KUSD to remove depictions that promote Christianity, and specifically talking about Moses and Noah. Hey, my boys.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna address that in the High Five Zingers and Doofuses, because Noah was the one that taught me how to sail the sea scum,
We see how well that worked.
and Moses was the one that taught me the Ten Commandments. Of course, I learned how to break them all on my own.
Right, yeah.
But that's a different deal. But, you know, what in the world are these people? Why is the Kenosha News giving this front page above the fold on Thursday? You know, church, separation of church and state. You know, who cares? We all know about Noah and Moses. They're nice guys. Leave them alone. Stay out. Go back to Madison.
Sure.
If you have a call, 262-694-1050. And then before we get to the tragedy, you know, the Russians, oh, now this is going to throw the fear of God into the Russians. Robert Mueller charged 13 Russians, indicted them, I guess, right, for getting involved in the presidential election. Elmer, you want to weigh in on this? Or Pete?
Big surprise, you know. with the-
That's right.
haven't every government in the world been meddling in other governments' elections, if they have them, for hundreds, if not thousands, of years?
So you've got the 3 Russians that are charged and indicted. How are we going to extradite them, and why? What are we going to bring them here for?
They've already been said they will be recalled back to Russia before they even see a
They're
court.
probably on a freighter going back there
That's
now.
right, yep.
Pete, this sounds like Chicago politics.
Oh, this is exactly Chicago politics. If you don't vote twice, you're not voting at all.
Yeah, that's right. So I don't know what the purpose of this deal was. And
What I can understand is spending all that money to impersonate Americans to post on Facebook, as if anything anybody posts on Facebook ever changed anybody's mind about who to vote for.
Well, it would if I was voting for Stormy Daniels, but
Yeah,
that'd be a
okay.
different
Yeah,
thing. Good morning. You're on Kenosha today. Hello? Hello?
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Okay, well, goodbye. And, of course, the tragedies this week down in Parkland, Florida, and how the FBI failed, apparently came out today or yesterday, that they failed to process a tip and forward it to the right people, and now 17 people are dead amongst all the other people that are going to be scarred for life. And then you also, the tragedy down in your area in Chicago, when the commander, Paul Bauer, only 53, and is shot down. You know, where does this end? Especially going back, I don't care whether it's a police officer. Was he on duty? Or he was going.
He was off duty,
Off
but
duty.
had some training to learn
Yeah.
how to deal with items such as this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
He just
so-
happened to be in the area when the call
wrong
came
place
through.
at the wrong time, and you know that's tragic, and you know the issue, and either one is especially in the school shootings, is the gun issue. And this guy apparently, first of all, I'm so sick and tired of hearing about the profile of this whack job, and I hold the press and the media responsible, because you know they seem to sensationalize these shooters. And it just puts more gas on the fire for the next Yahoo that's going to come down and shoot somebody else. Okay, here's his name. Forget putting a picture in there. I don't want to hear nothing about his background other than, okay, he was able to buy this AK-47, or what was it?
AR-15.
AR-15, and he bought it legitimately. That's all I want to hear about him. But, you know, they put his picture and all over the paper, and, oh, woe is me. I don't care about that nonsense. I really don't. That's personal, but
Right.
it just, you know, the next guy is going to say, oh, look at me, I can get my picture in the paper.
That's
And
right.
I think, as I quoted Sheriff Beth, these people should be warehoused. And in this case, they should just juice the bastard and save the money. And by the way, this guy's white, too. Did I mention that?
Yep.
So, God love Sheriff Beth. No, I'm trying to make a point. I was coming in the back door. If anybody's got a comment on any of that, 262-694-1050.
Scotty, back up a second.
Sure.
You were coming in the back door?
Well, the side door.
Are you trying to talk to Gunga again? What kind of show are you running here, my friend?
Well, he got me nervous.
I guess.
I haven't talked to him in a while, and, you know, I was...
Got you all excited.
Got me all excited, and, you know, just the visions of him wearing a white toga and a
Carrying
turban
donuts,
and a bag of donuts, and little leafy substance in his pocket. Just kind of gets me going there.
It's the little things that bring joy in a day.
Hey, when you get old, you're going to see what little,
No, I'm not going to see anything little.
No. Oh, jeez. Let's see here. Oh, and then a thing came out this week. Reince Priebus is coming out with a book called The Gatekeepers. And apparently he says, take everything you've heard and multiply it times 50. So, I applaud him for, everybody's going to have a book deal. When I'm done, I may have a book deal.
You probably should have had a book deal already.
I did, but it was banned in a couple counties.
Right, probably.
You don't see it down there in Antioch, do you?
No.
And it's certainly not on the kids' shelves in the 4th grade.
Probably not, no.
But I would love to read. I'd read this before. What was the book that they just came out? Something about the angry and the that
Fire
sold
and
out.
the Fury?
Fire and Fury, yeah. And that was kind of all fiction too, wasn't it? Well, Reince Priebus is right from our backyard in Summers. I hope he calls us someday, and not being from his garage like he did a couple years ago, because I'd like to sit down and hear and let him just lay it all out and sell his book.
Yeah, he can't lay it all out because nobody will buy his book then.
That's true. What do they call that? Dangling the carrot?
Yeah.
Or is that something different?
All right.
I was thinking
Yet again, we're
thinking
probably
gunga.
something different. Yeah,
thinking
gunga again.
Wet your worm.
You went in my worm.
Or wiggling your worm or whatever.
This is serious. Foxconn and all these other businesses moving into the area. Jobless rate dips to 3.3%, according to the Kenosha News. And everybody's looking for skilled workers. And what better place to seek new qualified hires than to take advantage of the very low Kenosha Today advertising rates and increase your ability to fill these positions. Here's what I didn't know. And thank God John Perry was listening to this show, probably, maybe.
Yeah, last week.
Yeah. There are approximately 1.4 million people living in the WLIP listening area. I was shortchanging and saying 50,000.
And you still are.
Yeah.
1.4 million?
Well, you shortchanged us when you did your open.
What?
You might want to take that 1.4 from
that's
where
right.
that is,
That's
and then
right.
put it into where you're reading off your list and
I was
the sun-drenched cornfields and wintry weather and 50,000 homes.
Yeah, okay.
I
was.
we're not being published in the Kenosha Today
I was,
paper or something.
I was a little pressed for time this week.
I'm sure there were a lot of production meetings. I know.
No. I was actually working this week, but
what?
Yeah, it's
doing work.
Tax.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I got to keep people out of jail.
That 4 months a year that you work.
You wait till this is when I do Gunga's taxes. Wait till he hears what my guarantee is. You want to tell him? Tell him.
Well, you go to jail. The first conjugal visit is free.
Yeah.
Me and Gunga together at last.
Together at last.
Reaching as far south as North Chicago, west of Lake Geneva, and to the northern suburbs of Milwaukee. If you're looking to fill jobs such as service types, truck drivers, general laborers, warehouse workers, to include any skilled job openings, call me at 262-652-6767. I'll get you all the information, and we will continue in our efforts to help you connect with potential new employees. 1.4 million, that's a good point. I got to change that opening.
Yeah.
But I thought I'd always try to, booming across either the thawing.
Yeah,
or
warming, you can stick with that. That's fine. Yeah,
I got to replace the 50,000.
Update your numbers. Yeah,
that's right. 50,000 is about the same as 1.4 million, isn't it?
No.
Give or take.
I can see you did well in math.
Depends on how many people are living in that home.
I was a solid C student. In fact, I talked to the golf coach out of Carthage. I told him my grades are up to D, and there's a good chance I can make the squad.
This year?
This spring.
Oh, congratulations.
All right, we're going to take our break, and we get back. We'll play a little City in Jeopardy, and then we're going to travel down to Mr. Barter's neighborhood. Ooh. Hello, everybody. This is Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the February 17th edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report, coming to you live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WIP, spreading the love here at Camp Happy Face in front of 1.4 million people. Also bringing you gas trolleys, backyard beavers, and saving the Kenosha Today Nation from all the perils here in Do-Over Kenosha. Again, we invite you to join the thousands of our fans who have already signed up and liked us on Facebook. And we are brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses. Joining us this morning, Elmo Schneider is here.
Good morning.
Along with our Gurney Connection, Pistol Pete's here.
Good morning, everyone.
And, of course, the Kenosha Today Love Doctor, Spider Ronnie the Camera Dude. Do you know Gunga personally on a first-name basis?
No, I don't.
Would you like to?
No.
Sounds like he's open to this now. And engineering and board operating, the Kenosha Today train wreck this morning, hanging on our every word. Wacky Wayne joins us here.
Yes.
All the way from Antioch.
Many, many moons away.
Many moons away, huh?
I think
Gunga
Ronnie,
would like to hear that.
Yeah, I'm thinking Gunga and Ronnie should get together.
Yeah.
With him in his exterior latex, Gunga in his turban.
His new white painter pants.
Oh, I bet.
Can buy Gunga a scale for his birthday.
Yeah. There's a match made in heaven. And a beach towel for his head.
Too many donuts.
Coming up after the 11:30 break, our weekly editorial segment this week as the Olympics turn. Well, that doesn't sound all that sincere, but also no one from the first half hour has won this morning's Secret Word Challenge, sponsored by Barter's Financial Planning Services. With over 35 years of tax preparation, financial planning experience, let us guide you through all the options that are still available. Hopefully you can use the new tax code to your advantage and save your maximum dollars for you and your family. Give me a call at 262-652-6767. Set up your free consultation. And if you should happen to mention today's secret word, we will send you a $20 Boathouse gift card. And also the show is being recorded for, I don't know why we're recording this. Oh, we got to play this
Litigation.
tomorrow. Litigation is probably the
Litigation.
biggest thing.
Yeah.
Or if in case you have to blip out any words. I saw when Gunga was here your hand was trembling right on top
Hovering,
of it.
yes.
Hovering, yeah. And special thanks to Elmo. You can find the Kenosha Today show 365 days a year up on YouTube. Are we pretty current?
All up to date.
All up to date. Of course, after the 11 o'clock break, this week's top 10 thought-provoking category, the top 10 things Kenosans should give up for Lent. I know I've got a couple that I've given up for Lent, but
I'm sure.
There's 10 that the rest of this I'm going to share with the rest of the
Does Gunga know about that?
I'm not giving him up. He's a sweetheart. And now, boys and girls, it's time to play Kenosha's fastest-growing game show sensation, the lightning round of City and Jeopardy, sponsored by the Boathouse Pub and Eatery. Now, to be eligible, no one from your household could have won any contest on WLP in the last 60 days. Now, to clear the phone lines, and I'm going to read the question, which is a very sophisticated, intelligent, multiple-choice question, and you will then get 3 somewhat intellectual answers to choose from. After that, you will hear the ding. One of you two guys. Ding and dong over here. And the first caller to correctly answer the question wins a Kenosha Today $25 gift certificate to the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, located at 4917 7th Avenue here in Kenosha, open Monday through Fridays at 11 a.m., featuring weekly lunch and dinner specials. And tonight they have the big Valentine's. It's continued, and it's right here in front of me.
Oh, yeah.
The big Valentine's dinner continues at the Boathouse. Surf and turf, $39.95. You get an 8-ounce steak, 9-ounce tail, or you can get 2 9-ounce tails for $39.95. Dinner for 2, steak and lobster, or 2 tails, $99. You can get shrimp scampi, $15.95. You better call them for a reservation at 262-654-9922, or you can find them on the web at theboathousekenosha.com. All right, here's the sophisticated question. What is the number one thing the Kenosha School District should remove? You know, these people from Madison, these religious people, they want Moses and Noah.
Anti-religious.
Anti-religious, yeah. They want Moses and Noah gone. But this is the number one thing the Kenosha School District should remove. A, pictures showing Moses and Noah at a Kenosha Today production meeting. We just saw them last night. B, displays promoting 200-pound soccer moms wearing yoga pants. C, allowing the burning of bushes during happy hours. 262-694-1050. The first caller to win a $25 Kenosha Today gift certificate. We have a caller there, Wayne?
We'll see.
All right. Good morning. You're on Kenosha Today.
Yes, I'm calling in because of the radio show. Today's Saturday.
Okay.
You're on the air.
All right. You're on the air. Who are we talking to?
Virginia.
Virginia. Okay, Virginia. You've called here
Maybe
before.
veteran?
Yes.
Yeah, you've called here before, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So you're going to play the game, right, Virginia?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to read the question again. What is the number one thing the Kenosha School District should remove? A, pictures showing Moses and Noah at a Kenosha Day production meeting. B, displays promoting 200-pound soccer moms wearing yoga pants. Or C, allowing the burning of bushes during happy hours. Virginia.
B.
Pictures showing Moses and Noah at a Kenosha Day production meeting. Yes, that's a correct answer.
We have a winner.
Well, you know what? You know where that picture of Moses and Noah is located in the district?
Yes.
Where?
Downtown.
It is downtown? That's where the pictures of Moses and Noah, that's where they should be removed.
Actually, it's in one of my Navy pictures back when I was in the Navy.
So, Virginia, you happen to be, today you get to brag because you've just been named the smartest person in all of Kenosha for today.
Well, thank you.
Virginia, hello? Yeah, try to taper down your enthusiasm.
The excitement has her speechless.
Yeah, we're not sure about tomorrow, Virginia, but so did you have a nice Valentine's Day?
I did. It was wonderful. You know, I'm just now trimming my roses that I got. Beautiful 12 roses.
Oh, who bought you the roses?
Yeah, and
who bought you the roses? Who bought you the roses?
John did. John Lewis.
John Lewis. Well, God love him. Well, what do you have to trim them? Why don't you just throw them out?
No, they're too beautiful.
Oh, so is this?
I want them to last a few more days.
Virginia.
And chocolate.
Oh, chocolates too, boy.
Give you any cash?
Yeah, did he give you any cash?
Nobody took me shopping and paid for my groceries.
What a guy.
Hey,
you know,
boy.
it's guys like that that make it tough for guys like me and Elmo.
Woo, woo.
Wow. I can't believe chocolates, flowers.
Groceries.
And groceries. This guy, what's the matter with him? He he needs to spend some time at a production meeting with us.
Yeah,
Oh
we'll
my
set him
God.
straight.
We can't be having that. And although this will probably be the last year you're going to get any gifts from him, but we got to get a hold of this guy and straighten him out a little bit. Don't you think, Virginia?
I'm going to warn you.
You're going to warn him?
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
you're after him.
No, we're not after. We're just trying to help him. And I think that
Okay.
after a couple hours with Elmo, I, and K-Dog and some of the rest of the characters there, he'll come over to our way of thinking, and you'll probably be giving him roses and buying him dinner and buying his groceries for him.
I should.
Yeah. All right, Virginia, you've been a good sport. And off the air, Wacky Wayne's going to get your last name and address and phone number, and I'll send this out to you.
Thank you very much.
I can't send it on Monday because I guess we got to take the day off because of Dopey President's Day. I don't know what the heck's that about. Just so, why?
Well, as long as we don't get any more snow.
No.
Good luck on that.
Oh, you got to give the federal employees the day off.
I know, but not, Why do we have to give them President's Day? I mean, they get enough days off. Didn't they just have Columbus Day off not too long ago? I mean,
That was a what?
Send out $25. You're going to ask your buddy John to go with you to the boathouse?
Naturally.
Sure.
I
You
love
say
the
that.
boathouse.
If he's listening, now you're caught. You're doomed. No, you could have just left it open-ended, but I guess not. Now you're pretty much. All right. Off the air, he's going to get this, and then we're going to come back with. I'll read an ad while you're doing that, and then I'll come back to Mr. Barter's neighborhood. We want to.
Have I ever failed you?
Oh, absolutely not.
There you go.
Of course, I don't date you either.
Well,
I'll get to the pianos. Is this a call? I mean,
your guess is as good as mine.
well, I'm the reason that I question that is because there's a light lit up here.
We'll give it a whirl.
All right. Good morning. You're on Kenosha Today.
Good morning. It's me, Irish Ruth.
See, it's sort of a call.
Pete, this is for you.
Oh,
Excuse me. Pete's right here. Go ahead.
This is Polish Pete talking.
Polish Pete, Irish Ruth. Go ahead.
I only have a second.
Oh, good.
Well, what
Time's
I
up.
did was I went to, hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
I went to see Love Never Dies on the 15th of February for Valentine's Day. And the amazing thing was that it is one of the best operas that I've ever seen. It was just a sequel to Phantom of the Opera. Absolutely amazing. And I made a ceramic donut jar in honor of Gunga. And when it has its batteries, I don't put batteries in it, but when you put the batteries in it.
Battery operated? Sure, Ruthie, sure. All right, we get it.
It's wearing a kilt.
I'm sure.
The donut jar is wearing a miniature kilt.
Yeah,
and when it talks, it says, "Stop. Don't eat the donut."
A talking jar wearing a kilt.
I said I only
with a battery
have
operated.
I gotta go.
Okay.
Oh, what are you doing for Chinese New Year's? Bye.
It's the year of the dog.
Green chop suey.
Oh, jeez. Hey, should we go to Mr. Barter's neighborhood?
Yeah, we might as well.
We might as well. Trying to build up the actor a little bit.
Got to.
Because they're in Mother after this.
Right.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. A beautiful day for me.
Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to Mr. Barter's neighborhood. All you wonderful snot-nosed little kids gather around Mr. Barter, and let's take a little stroll and see who's in the hood this morning. Hey, look, kids. It's Alderman Snowflake from the 17th District. Hello, Mr. Snowflake.
Hi.
What's that, you ask? What does a snowflake alderman do? Well, we're still trying to figure that out. The only thing I can tell you is when all you snot-nosed little kids are tucked away at night, dreaming about making your school's honor roll, Alderman Snowflake is out in Nash Park, keeping watch on Frosty the Snowman's carrot. Okay, boys and girls, all at once. Get a life! It's your lucky day, boys and girls. There's Auntie Shirley. You see, Auntie Shirley calls every radio show on the planet. Why is that, you ask? Well, apparently Shirley manufactures something called wacky weed, Latin lettuce, Mary Jane, out in her garage. Boys and girls, can you say, roll me a fatty? Hey, and this is really a treat, folks. Right over there, the famed WIP program director, Mr. John Perry. Mr. Perry's negotiating a plan to relocate the Kenosha Today show to Gurney Mills Mall. Boys and girls, can you say, no more duct tape in our lives?
And don't run those stoplights.
Yeah, and look who's with them. It's the trustees from the village of Gurney. Hi, gang. Hugs and kisses. These are the wonderful people who voted to bring Mr. Barter's neighborhood to the Gurney Mills Mall. And apparently they think they have finally stolen something from Wisconsin Governor Scotty Walker. But little did they realize the statute of limitations has already expired on that stuff. So, boys and girls, can you say razzle dazzle? Oh, it's Mr. Trolley Driver. Hello, Mr. Trolley Driver. Being a Kenosha trolley driver is without a doubt the most prestigious occupation in all of Kenosha. Where else can you forget the route and still make $50,000 a year? Boys and girls, can you say waste of money? Oh, what a big treat, boys and girls. It's Dennis from Waterford and his lovely wife, what's her name? You've probably read about Mr. Dennis. He's the one that sued our school district and won $800,000 for being a transgender. What is a transgender? Well, let's just say that Mr. or Mrs. Dennis or Denise can now use any bathroom he or she wants. Boys and girls, can you say swing? We are very fortunate this morning, boys and girls, to have a big shout out to Spider Ronnie, the camera dude. Hello, Spider. Spider is the poster boy for outdoor latex paint. Boys and girls, can you say pants on the ground, pants on the ground?
Hey, he's got new pants.
New pants on the ground. Hey, and you talk about this being your lucky day, boys and girls. It's Elmo with Captain Mike. Which one is which? Well, obviously, Elmo's the one with the bottle of Corbel. And Captain Mike is the one wearing the raincoat with the black shoes and the wingtips. Well, I'm not sure what that other thing is. Let me ask him. Oh, my God. Boys and girls, this might be way too intense for some of you kids. But those are Captain Mike's edible boxer shorts. So you better stay clear, as they are also very flammable. Hey, and stand with pride, boys and girls, and salute. There's our president, Donald the Tweeter Trump. What's tweeting? Well, tweeting is when you have the most powerful person in the world acting like an idiot and telling the rocket man that his finger is bigger on a button. And boys and girls, can you say bad hair day? Oh, and this is really a surprise, boys and girls. Look over there, and you can't miss him. It's Alderman Anthony Kennedy, kids. Can you wave to him? Hello, little Anthony. What do you mean you can't see him? He's right there down the block. No, the other side of the street. That's the big brown duplex on the right-hand corner. And finally, boys and girls, oh, this is really the limit. Hey, look. Chingity-ching, chingity-ching, it's Scotty B the donkey. Chingity-ching, hee-haw, hee-haw, the smart-ass talking donkey. The boathouse has a little friend, his name is Scotty B. He hangs out every day, and he always has a tea. When you see him smile, he's looking oh so cool, because he can't get his ass off that old damn bar stool. Chingity-ching, chingity-ching, it's Scotty B the donkey. Chingity-ching, hee-haw, hee-haw, the smart-ass talking donkey. And so, boys and girls, that is all there is for today here at Mr. Barter's Neighborhood. Pretty exciting, don't you think?
Fun.
What's that, Johnny? Number 2? Try to hold it for a couple minutes. So, now all you snot-nosed little kids, be sure to listen to your mommies and daddies and do whatever your teachers tell you. Study hard in school, and in 20 years, you too can host your own dopey radio talk show here on AM 1050. I think we get enough. We took a stroll down Mr. Barter's neighborhood. And, the phone's lines.
No.
No. Anyway, if you have a legitimate call and you're going to call from a legitimate number, give us a call, 262-694-1050. If you want to talk about anything, really, what do you think this religious group out of Madison trying to... Anti-religious group doing a number against our friend Moses and Noah, give us a call. And, the big issue is on these shootings, not only this one tragic thing in Parkland, but the NRA and the guns and, should we outlaw AK-47s or should we're going to have to do something because we
AR-15s.
AR-15s.
AK-47s pretty much are outlawed.
It doesn't matter what we do, it will have no effect.
I suppose, go ahead, Pete.
In Britain, they have strict gun laws, and now there's all kinds of knifings going around. So one way or another, they're going to find something.
Mowing people down with cars. If somebody wants to do something bad, they're going to find a way to do it. That's all.
Guns, they'll get them. Black market.
Yeah, I mean, if like this idiot apparently bought this AR-15 or whatever it was. What's the name?
AR-15.
Yeah, and the shoot's automatic. How many rounds in a magazine?
No, it's semi-automatic.
Semi-automatic.
It's not a machine gun, which is what people are trying to make it sound like. You can't buy machine guns.
As fast as you pull the trigger.
It's not a machine gun.
Good morning.
People are trying to make.
You have to turn your radio down there. Hello?
Stop.
Yes.
Hey, Uncle Scotty, it's Bart. How you doing?
Who?
Bart.
Bart. Oh, yeah. Okay. What's going on in your world today?
Well, I'm just enjoying your show. It seems a little livelier than most. I was curious. I know you're going to get to the top 10 things you should give up for Lent. What did you give up for Lent? Do you mind me asking?
I gave up, like Emma and I, we made a pledge to give up drinking in moderation. and I don't know about him, but I've given up sex.
I don't think that was my choice.
That wasn't necessarily voluntarily.
You're supposed to give up something that you usually have.
Well, that's a good point, Pete. Thanks for coming in. So, what do you think, Bart?
Well, I'm thinking that I think it's Steve there. He made a good point.
He did?
If you give something up for Lent, you're supposed to like it, which obviously I think you do like the sex part, but you're supposed to be able to get it. And I'm not sure that's you qualify for that one, but
if I get the manual out, it'll refresh my memory. There's pictures in there, sure.
You got to remember, he's got that $9.95 blow-up doll in the closet.
Yeah, I got that on sale.
Well, last year you gave up the bull hunting in Antarctica, and you got to give up something that's accessible. So that's all you gave up was sex. Wow, that's 6 weeks to go. I
6 years ago. Got to round back a little bit.
He
there,
actually
Bart,
gave it up for Lent in 2000.
Yeah. So,
I had,
go ahead.
I had a list of 20 items that I put down. I said, okay, I got to give up something because I've been doing the same thing. I gave up liver and onions last year, which I gave up when I was 3, and I go and put down all these 20 items: my boat, my dogs, my beer.
Hey, wait a minute.
And,
let me interrupt you here. I gave up liver and onions 6 years ago. That's why I had to give up sex. that seemed to be a correlation here, but go ahead, Bart.
So it got down to 2 items.
Yeah?
It got down to 2 items. I got, and I'm not getting rid of my dogs or my boat, so I got down to Uncle Scotty at the boathouse and my wife. And
We'll see you this afternoon. We'll see you this afternoon. We'll see you this afternoon. Go ahead.
It's been the longest 3 months of my life. I mean, sure, I had one blissful day or 30 seconds, whatever.
Yeah, so there you go. There you go, Bart.
Well, hey, I just wanted to call in and say your show's been doing good today.
Hey, I would point out that Wisconsin is a community property state. So
you think you could talk to Jim and see if we could have a tent outside, because maybe I can relent on this one thing if he has a little beer tent outside or something.
Well, you can join the homeless underneath the 50th Street Bridge.
Or I could. Maybe it doesn't count if I go and hang out underneath that awning that he put up. That's kind of like a beer tent, isn't it?
What awning?
At the entry door, coming in.
Oh, they don't want. The last thing they want to see is you at the entry door. You can go back and stand by the dumpster.
Next to the piano.
Fortunately, I keep my one last feeling in a box, and you didn't get a hold of it. So
okay. All right.
Well,
anyway, we'll see if your top, and right after the 11 o'clock news, I'll have my top 10 things to give up, and tell your wife that you're sorry, but since it got down to her and me, and you're obviously going to be joining us, and just tell her, hey, thanks for coming, honey. See you in the court.
I'll see you later, dude.
Right.
Bye.
Boy, doesn't seem to be a no-brainer between coming to us and being with us at a production meeting or going home to your wife. I mean, I don't even think that was even thinking about. But we have all kinds of callers and listeners here. We got Virginia. They had a guy buy her a dozen flowers and chocolates and takes her and buys her groceries. Boy, that's just, like I said, makes it tough for guys like me and Elmo here. And I don't know about Pete. Are you married?
I'm married, yes.
Yeah? How's that working out?
Oh, it's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
How many years?
Now it's 7.
7, huh? Wayne's been married.
The second round.
Oh, the second round. Oh, yeah. Oh. Well, Spider's been married, and Melmo, and you've been married for how many?
A couple of years.
Couple of years?
Yeah.
Elmo and I have been holding out.
Waiting for that perfect person?
Yeah, that too.
It.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That's our story, and we'll stick it to it.
Yeah. We get back from the news, and we will have the top 10, and then we get to 11:30. Oh, we're going to play Stump the Chumps, too, somewhere about 20 after. And if anybody wants to call in, I thought we'd have some people with opinions on the guns, but, maybe not. It's just tragic. And is any gun control law going to solve this problem? I'd like to hear what people have to say about that. Like Elmo says, probably not. If you want a gun and you're going to be a whack job and go shoot somebody, you're going to get it from wherever. And the fact that he gets a semi-automatic rifle legitimately, what difference does that make? Unfortunately, these kids are still dead. And I heard this was on one of the stations yesterday, it was a female reporter, I think it was out of the New York Times, was saying, how you kiss your child goodbye in the morning, says, okay, I'm going to pick you up after school at 3 o'clock, and then I'm going to take you for the dentist. Oh, yeah, and by the way, in the meantime, don't go get yourself killed and murdered and shot during the middle of the day. I mean, that's unfortunate, but all too often this happens, and I don't know that we can solve this problem. I mean, they're calling on the politicians to do something. Well, they can barely wipe their
You know, what's ridiculous is they want to do something on the federal level. Well, it's, you know, the federal government doesn't manage your schools. It's, you know, your local school board does. And
do you think
that, you know, there was not good security at that school. That guy got in through a door someplace, and you know, and it was.
Do you think
he knew where to go and how to get in there to do this?
Do you think? Do you think that we may have to come to a time when you put metal detectors?
Well, let's ponder that after the CBS News.
Mm-hmm. Hey, good morning, everybody. If you just joined us, this is, oh, excuse me, Uncle Scotty Barter. A little cough there. Welcome to the February 17th edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report, broadcasting live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WLIP on your radio dial in front of 1.4 million. Millions of
in front
population.
of the millions and millions.
Get ready to rumble.
Being brought to you by our major sponsor, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses, taking serious journalism, and I mean serious. Isn't this as about serious as you can get, Pete? Mm-hmm. To an all-time high. Are you there still, Pete? You're just nodding.
When I'm
smiling,
here,
you look like the
smiling
Pistol Pete bobblehead dollar.
When I'm here, it's all serious.
Yeah. Reporting on local stories, state stories, and spanning the globe. And it looks like we're going to be relocating, possibly, maybe, not sure where, when.
It's going to be a while.
It's going to be a while. But, you know, we want to make friends in the Illinois area. We're going to come back to that after the top 10. And, you know, I think what I understand is listeners in south of the border are a lot more sophisticated than cheeseheads here in Wisconsin.
I wouldn't say we're sophisticated.
What
we do both hate our governors. That's one thing we have in common.
Well, yeah, but your governors, 3 of the last 4, they're down getting the conjugal visits. Gunga's going in the wrong direction. He had to go down there. Joliet.
That's the retirement plan for
governors. That's right. Joining us this morning, again, for our Kenosha connection, Elmo Schneider. You got something with your daughter?
I have a special announcement. Today is my daughter's birthday. Allison, who's 24 today. And I got to put in a little plug for her. Allison is a stylist at Ruffalo's Hair Studio here in Kenosha, 3519 52nd Street. And you can call her for an appointment if you would like at 262-654. I better put my glasses on.
Way to go, Grandpa.
6154. And if you want to see any of her work on there, go to Allison Schneider at Ruffalo's Hair Studio on Facebook. She's got tons of pictures that she's done.
No, she takes
a really good
She
job,
takes appointments, but if we send Spider over there, can we get an estimate first? Get an estimate before we have to shell out money?
We can see about that. But the other big thing is she's having her head shaved bald tomorrow at the fundraiser for childhood cancer. So that should be interesting.
Spider, that's for you. Maybe you should do that, or it looks like you've already done that.
Anyway, happy birthday, Allie.
Yeah, happy birthday. And performing as both our engineer and board operator, Wacky Wayne, graces our presence. I always ask this every week, is there any reason why the Lord should be weeping this morning?
Probably. There's a lot of reasons.
Yeah. Tell them we're taking care of Moses and Noah.
Right.
I mean, we got that covered, so tell them not to worry about it.
Right, we covered Moses, yeah.
And for those who haven't signed on to like us on the Kenosha Today Facebook page, you better get on with that deal, because most interesting postings anywhere on the planet, and I have to get my new phone, I got to put a password in there, right, to get...
Right. I have to apologize. I made a mistake in one of the postings this week, alluding to our production meetings being that we're part of the Illuminati, that we're actually controlling the entire world from our production meetings down there at the boathouse. And
we are.
I made a little mistake. We're the Stupidinati, not the Illuminati.
Say, Wayne, is the line's blinking? Do you think we should take that?
Yeah. Okay.
Good morning. You're on Kenosha Today.
Hi. I was just wanted to comment on what you guys were just talking about for the school security and things like that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I work in a high school, and I've worked in a high school in the area for about 17 years, and worked security in there. And with 80+ doors that we have on some of these buildings, it's not hard at all for somebody to come in. You have kids that or students that will leave like early for lunch, or they leave for lunch at different doors, or it's cold outside. They don't want to go through, the doors that they're supposed to. They'll put props inside the doors, such as wood chips. They even put like little coins inside where the latch is,
No kidding.
where it doesn't look like it's closed, but it's actually open. And sometimes they let their friends in through the doors also. So it's very accessible, unfortunately, at times. But, I mean, it can be prevented as long as you have staff members circulating in the hallways and checking doors and things like that.
And you really can't chain them, because if there's a fire drill, you have to be able to get out, right? I mean, you couldn't chain them.
Well,
what movie was that?
What's that?
Yeah, they got the crash
That's
bar.
only in the movie. I'm trying to remember the movie that was.
Yeah,
It was,
I remember.
The Principal or something like that?
Yeah, Morgan Freeman played crazy Joe Clark.
Right. Well, they've got crash bars on the doors to get out from
Oh,
inside.
okay.
Yeah.
So where were you a security guard?
What's that?
Where were you employed? In what city?
Well, I'm in the area. I don't want to say too much because I don't know if I can get triggered.
Don't worry about getting in trouble. You come to the right place. No, but I appreciate
right.
I appreciate your comments. But was just in the general area? What can?
Yeah, within the area. We're in Kenosha area.
Yeah, okay.
And it's just it's a tough job. I mean, we have police officers that work in the high schools. I know Kenosha does too. But you have them, plus you have the campus security or the hall monitors, hopefully at most of the schools. So they help keep an eye on things, but it's still a struggle to make sure every door is locked properly or whatnot.
Were you allowed to carry a weapon?
No.
So we're fighting machine guns and whatever else with nothing other than, right? Would it be better if they let?
We have walkie-talkies. We have walkie-talkies that we can communicate.
Well, that'll put the fear of God in them.
Thank God the officers at our schools, of course, are equipped with weapons or firearms or whatnot.
Yeah, but we're a little undermanned and outgunned, and that's unfortunate at a high school that's the case.
Yeah.
But so, just one last question, and I'll let you go. What do you think the answer? What do you think the answer is, if there is one?
Oh man, it's a tough call. It's like there's always gonna that one lunatic is always gonna find a way.
That's
and
exactly
it seems like that's what it seems like. It seems like there's always a hack of a way to get into something or to do something. Now, I mean, you got YouTube that basically tells you can do shows you how to do anything on there. All these different resources that are out there to do things. I believe that if they stuck to the idea of having the outside doors magnetically locked, and then they were released like during a fire, or something like that, or fire drill or something.
Right.
That would make sense.
Okay.
But
I was just going to say that. So
well, that's what I appreciate your call and those comments, and you use the word "makes sense." Now that seems to have a problem. That thought seems to have a problem resonating with those that are in charge. But maybe they'll listen. They got to do something, because otherwise, this is going to happen again. So.
But the problem that I see the most is you take textbook preventable measures, such as they put a armed security guy at the door, I guess. But what about all the other spots, all the other places that the kids sneak into that school, or whatnot? It doesn't sound like they were watching the building that well. I mean, there probably should have been people at least going around checking doors like that. And that's what I've always been trained is to make sure that the place is completely, secure as much as possible, at least.
Do you think that this will bring an awareness of more of a ready sense of alertness? And hey, if it just happened, yesterday or this week and a couple of months ago and a couple of years ago, hey, now we all better be ready and all better be on guard.
Well, the thing is, I mean, we do that every time, though. We're all sudden, we're in guard as soon as it happens, but then thoughts and prayers, and then, after that, then there's nothing, and then we wait till the next one happens, unfortunately. I hate to say it like that, but it's the truth.
Really,
I mean, there's a lot of different training. There's a training called ALICE, A-L, it's spelled like the way it is, but it stands for something. I can't remember what it was, But I took the training, and it was really good, I thought.
Okay.
And it teaches you different techniques, such as, using a belt to grab the door handle to keep it from being open, and other things. And I think those type of trainings are very, very important in the school districts, but it has to be taken serious enough.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I appreciate your call and your comments are very well taken. Hopefully somebody will be listening and maybe do something about it. But, hey, thanks again. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. Thank you so much.
All right. Also, the status of this morning's Secret Word Challenge, sponsored by Barter's Financial Planning Services. With over 35 years of tax preparation and financial planning experience, let us guide you as there are many options still available under the new tax code for you and your family to save maximum amount of dollars and keep it all in your pocket. Give me a call, 262-652-6767. And if you just happen to get lucky, are you going to get lucky, punk? Do you feel lucky, punk?
Well, do you?
I guess I was hoping that you would come up with a drop, but I guess not.
Do you feel lucky? Somehow I don't think I got anything in there. We didn't have time.
Obviously not.
We didn't have time to edit in Gunga's words of wisdom.
Yeah. By the way, in our opening, don't put any of that in.
Right. You don't want to add that?
No.
You sure?
No.
I mean, I just changed it 2 weeks ago. I'm
We
sure
just
it's
got-
time for
you
a
know,
new
we got-
opening already.
We got Little Marilyn in there about 3 times, and I'm still trying to figure out what this show's about.
Right.
And now you bring in Gunga. She's probably doing her head spinning this morning. Anyway, if you happen to get lucky and say this morning's secret word, you'll send a Boathouse $20 gift certificate. And now, boys and girls, written in our home office on the deck at the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, where gray hairs matter. See, Pete, you got a ways to go yet.
The hairs I have left are gray.
You spent a couple weekends with us.
That's-
You won't have much
don't have any hair.
hair on the ground, hair on the ground.
That's from the first marriage.
Yeah. Where gray hairs matter, this week's thought-provoking category, and this is Bart, this is for you. It's a shout-out. We don't do this shout-out business, but since he called in, and he's got it narrowed down to 2, we'll see if we match up. Top 10 things Kenosha should give up for Lent. Number 10, thinking that a local construction project would ever be completed on time. Number 9, attending perverts meetings with almost Uncle Scotty. Number 8, letting Stormy Daniels put her ash on your forehead. That's a religious thing, isn't it? Number 7, throwing up on the trolley. Number 6, stalking bare-chested ladies walking on Sheridan Road. Number 5, moving to Gurney Mills to be closer to Irish Ruth. I'm giving that up. By 4, telling God that you celebrated Fat Tuesday with Anthony Kennedy. Number 3, eating fresh roadkill from a Kenosha pothole. Number 2, promoting Christianity by taking a cruise on the Kenosha Seas Scum. And the number 1 thing Kenosans should give up for Lent, listening to wacko groups who think Moses and Noah are talk show hosts on WIP.
Boy, you're
I'm right on time, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right on time.
I'm getting nervous.
I know you do. Read faster.
I wet myself.
Read faster.
Let's take some calls here. Cut
Of
the music.
course.
Kill the band. Good morning, you're in Kenosha today. You got to turn your... Yes, who's this? You have to turn your radio down there.
I know, I'm trying to. Dang it, it's on this computer.
Hey, Greg.
Greg, down in the... where are you, in Kentucky? Or
This is the East Coast time zone. There we go. Good afternoon.
Yeah. Where are you,
Okay,
Greg,
I
in
know I can
Tennessee?
do this.
Where are you, in Tennessee?
No, Richmond, Kentucky.
You don't know how to operate a radio?
I'm trying to. No, I'm listening to the computer, the feed.
Oh, okay. Well, you're going to have to turn the sound down. Hey, I was thinking...
I finally got it off. It doesn't do like it's supposed to do.
Hey, how's things working out for you down in the old RV park?
RV?
Isn't that where you're living, in the old RV park in the hills of Kentucky?
No.
Oh, I thought
They
that's...
got a real nice house down there, remember?
I know, can you? So what can we do for you?
Well, I was thinking about, has anybody heard from this guy's parents?
They're dead.
They're dead. Both of them are dead.
Yeah.
I think his mother died in November. I think.
There was some statement by the couple, the parents of this kid that he was staying with, the family was staying with, but I just read
Stay, well, in other words, he wasn't living with his parents?
No, they're both dead, and he had moved in.
Dead?
Dead.
They're
As
both
in,
just
not here.
Deceased.
His mom died of the flu in November.
Did he kill him?
No. His father, he was adopted. His father passed away when he was 3 or 4, and his mother just died in
But we don't
November.
want to talk about him.
Right.
Let's talk about something else.
You want to talk about something else?
Make it snappy. I got another call.
Bye.
I guess he was done.
Yeah, he was done.
Okay. I just said make it snappy.
Right. Yeah, that,
All right. Good morning. You're on Kenosha Today.
Hi, is this Scotty?
Yes.
Yeah, Scotty, just a quick call. Just a quick question.
Who is this? I remember the voice. I can't
Donnie.
remember. Donnie. Yeah. Okay, Donnie.
Donnie, yeah. Last month I won, on January 13th, I won the City in Jeopardy contest.
Yeah.
I'm disabled. I walk with canes, but I can't get out of a chair without handles on it.
Okay.
I did get my gift certificate in plenty of time. I called, asked for a manager at a boathouse, and she said no. I asked for one of those little cards so I could like drive up and get a carry-out meal, and she said no. It's specific. It's dine-in only. Is that correct?
I don't know if it says dine-in only, but I mean we're gonna. How long ago was it? I can look up your name and number and.
I won January 13th.
January 13th. Okay.
I did get asked plenty of time, but I did. They gave me a woman's name to call.
Yeah.
And she says no. You can't get one of those cards.
So what did you want to take have an order and pick it up?
Yeah, that's easier. I could park out front. I could walk in and just carry it out because of my difficulty sitting and standing.
Okay, that seems
That's
like
okay. I still have the letter, but it's expired now.
No.
I didn't know how else to call
Okay,
you.
all right. You hang on to that, and I'll talk to Mr. Matzer, and we'll figure something out. I'll call you
Yeah,
back.
I'm not going to give her name out of there. She was
No.
pleasant. She said
But you know, they're reasonable people. We're all reasonable people, and you know, we'll figure it out. I promise
Hey,
you.
thank you very much.
All
I
right, Donnie.
appreciate you helping me, Scotty.
Okay, Donnie.
Take care.
All right, thanks. Well, whether he buys it and he sits there, and unfortunately he's disabled, he can't.
Mhm.
I mean, so he's going to take it and take it with him. I took a dinner home last night. Did I get home last night? I must have been. I'm here.
I wasn't at the production meeting yesterday. I was busy just with other things.
Before Pete has to leave, you had a bunch of notes there? Anything?
Oh, just a couple things.
Bring the
just wanted to
microphone
talk
over.
about the differences. We always say that, well, if it's going to be live and local, we move the studios to Gurnee if that happens. No matter how much people don't want to admit it one way or another, Southeast Wisconsin and Northeast Illinois are very connected.
Okay,
in
keep
many
going.
ways. Number one, a lot of people from Illinois go up to Wisconsin and go Silver Lake area, go up there and their drinking destinations, dining destinations. Colonial House is one right across the border.
Pete, let's take a call, and then we'll come back to you. I think, did we lose that call?
Yeah, they left
okay,
already.
Sorry, Pete. I just want to, go ahead, keep.
Grocery stores in the Illinois side, and if you do the cigarette thing, a lot of people from Wisconsin go down that way to buy the cigarettes. Back the other way, a lot of people work on the Navy base that live in Wisconsin, Pleasant Prairie, Kenosha. They just tend to move up here because they like the area. So we are connected one way or another. So whether it's live or local, one way or another, we're adding more listeners. It reminds me of when I used to go to hockey games in Chicago when there were only 6 teams in the league. And now the Blackhawks got good, started winning Stanley Cups, and people are like, well, I used to go and there was nobody there. Well, so what? Now you're adding more people to the party, better voices, better understanding. I think we could all work together to make our whole area better one way or another.
Suppose for the moment, the plan that I heard was they were going to put this in the mall with like a plexiglass so people in the mall can see this. How thick do you think the bulletproof glass should be?
and hopefully we'll pretend that when people look in, we'll say it's like those mirrors that they have at a fun house because we really don't look like this.
And when they have like when you go to the gorilla thing and they have don't feed the animals.
Feed the animals.
Yeah.
That's another
Throw donuts and then cash. We'll take cash, not change. But it reminds me of our old dancing on the border days.
Are you going to be banging on the glass like Samson at the Milwaukee
eating a
Zoo?
banana? Go.
That's why I had to quit my job as a male stripper because the dimes kept hitting me in the eye and hurting me.
Yeah, little old ladies in the front row. Man,
Put it back on.
We were going to play Stump the Chumps if somebody, we don't have to go through all the nonsense, but if somebody wants to call in and try to stump us, 262-694-1050, you have to have a legitimate trivia question or a song title. And if you win, we will send you a $15 gift certificate to the Cabin Fever, or you can do like Pete did one time. He came in, sat an hour with us, and look, he's back for a second time.
I even came back.
Well, no, legitimately, if you don't want the $15, you can come in and spend an hour with us. You talk to Shirley and see what it's like.
Looks like he failed the psychological evaluation.
Yeah, that's why he fits right in. 216.
You have to fail it to win it.
Well, we appreciate you coming in, Pete, and we'll have to, as we get closer to find out if and when we're like Columbus. We don't know where we're going, how we're going to get there, and exactly when. We'll take this last call before the break, right? Good morning, you're on Kenosha Today.
Hey, Michael Bell here. Good morning, Scott. How are you doing?
Okay.
I'm on back in 2004.
Okay, but all right, let me ask you this, and
Go ahead.
we're only got a couple minutes before I have to take the break. The question that people are asking in the community, and I'm glad you called because it gives us an opportunity to chat about this briefly. You already won a lawsuit, and people are going, "Isn't this done and over with, or is there something more that you're looking for?"
You have to understand, Scott, that in 2012 we discovered that that there was a cover-up in place, and the lawsuit never covered criminal activity, and that was what we discovered, and that's what we brought to the Attorney General. That's what we brought to the feds, and that is what we're looking for. And that's why the video Forensically Impossible, the anatomy of a cover-up, was put together so people can understand that.
So the lawsuit was a civil lawsuit, correct?
It was a civil lawsuit,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, I see what you're doing now.
We asked for multiple investigations, and we were always denied. But recently, the Attorney General says, look, these officers probably lied. And they also, the officer was probably mistaken that my son had grabbed a gun. But the statute of limitations on perjury has expired, even though...
That's my question. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, and so and that was what. That's just on perjury. That isn't regarding second-degree intentional homicide and those types of things. And so we're raising the awareness flag of what did the mayor know, because Mayor Antaramian was the mayor when this 56-hour investigation that was flawed and rushed came together.
Right.
And who was the political authority that authorized this to occur?
Well,
and that is one of the big topics that we're going to be asking.
It had to have been the district attorney, who was Bob Zaff. Am I right?
At that time, it was Bob Jambois.
Bob Jambois, okay. And so right after this, he goes to Madison. The police chief, I believe, was Dan Wade. He retired. Of course, he's back on the school board. And then John Andranium left for 8 years. So all the players are still in the area, but...
Well, they're still out of force, too, because Miskinnis was involved, and so was Morrissey was the public information officer at the time, then he became the chief. And so those are all there. And that's one of the big reasons why we're trying to raise an awareness on it, because we're going to be calling for for the medical examiner in Kenosha County to call for a public inquest, because Wisconsin State Statute 97904 says that if there are suspicious or unexplained circumstances regarding a death, the medical examiner has the responsibility of finding out what occurred.
Would you have to re-autopsy?
No. They can look at there was a medical examiner and a forensic pathologist that had looked at this after this occurred. And now, then we can go ahead and have a public hearing. You don't know, Scott, but this could happen to your family. And if it did, there have been no safeguards in place to make sure that it doesn't happen to you or any of your listeners. And that's why this is so important, because it's not fixed. The problem is still there.
Michael, I got another question. I thought the Attorney General says he wasn't going to reopen it. Does not he have the... He could say yay or nay, right? And he's already said nay.
He has the ability to open it. He just doesn't have the political will to open it. If you take a look at his own Facebook page, he's being endorsed by 80 law enforcement agencies throughout the state of Wisconsin. And so his political will is not there, but that's his issue.
Now let me ask you another question. Then I have to go. If you get so many signatures, I mean, is that what could happen? You get so many signatures and then they have to, or does that nothing to do with it?
There is no signatures. Really have nothing to do with it.
It's not like a petition or anything.
Yeah, we have a petition. It's already got 17,600 signatures on the petition, and they've been delivered to the district attorney. But even then, they don't have the political will to get this done. So I know you have to go, but I'm asking your listeners to go to themichaelbell.info, take a look at the video Forensically Impossible, an anatomy of police cover-up. It was produced by an investigative producer from National Geographic Channel.
Okay.
And you can see how we laid this out and why this has been such an important issue to our family.
Michael,
so with that, I'll sign off. Thank
wait a minute.
Okay.
I want to thank you for calling and explaining this, because I was a little fuzzy myself between the civil and the criminal, and I wish you well, but I don't think those guys that are in place, like the mayor, who was I guess the head guy in charge, he's not. I just don't think he's about to say, "Oh yeah, come on, look into my past and see what's going to happen." I just don't see that. But,
and you have to wonder why he's not letting us do that. Because if he had full knowledge that this occurred, who's he protecting? So that's the important issue here.
Let's leave it at that. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you. Take care, Scott.
All right, bye. Well, I'm glad he called, because that's a lot of questions that were that are still out there. So anyway, Pete's got to go. We got to go for a break here.
Yeah, let's take a break.
And then we'll be back. All right. We are back and heading down the home stretch on the Kenosha State Trolley Ride this morning. If you just tuned in, joined us, this is the February 17th edition of the Kenosha State Weekly Report, coming to you live and streaming worldwide here on AM 1050 WLIP. In fact, we were down in Kentucky this morning talking to Greg. And,
for a little bit, at least. So
and
we didn't even get to ask about his daughter.
Yeah, he was the one that set me up with his daughter.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
You know what, we got a call. Let's take the call, if we can.
Yeah, we can.
All right. Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
Hey, Scott. How's it going?
Is it Denise or Dennis today?
I want to use the men's bathroom today, so Dennis.
Swing.
I wanted to wish you guys a happy Chinese New Year.
Oh, jeez. You and Irish Ruth. You know, she's going to whip your ass, too, by the way, when it gets to...
it's getting close to...
Yeah, that's right. When it gets to... what was it? St. Patrick's Day. She wanted to take you out and flog your butt behind the in the alley.
I know, we're a month away now. I have to get some protection.
Ronnie, you better start training.
Speaking of protection, if they do have that glass window you're talking about, and you have that set up down in Gurnee, the paparazzi are going to be all over you guys. I don't know how you're going to stay away from.
Well, if the paparazzi gets over us, they're going to have to clean it up themselves. and Elmo and I at production meetings watch those gals from Fox. Bring it on, baby. Bring it on. Bring the hairstyling with it. Bring the makeup. Bring the big red lips and the thighs and the legs and everything in between.
Drumsticks.
Yeah, I've been missing all you guys at the production meeting. I've been substituting at school a lot.
Yeah.
Good. Are you teaching them anything?
Yeah. Are they learning anything?
Well, I learned something the other day. I did something I never did before in my life.
Easy. What?
Well, I don't have any kids, so I had a special ed kid the other day, a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
And I looked at the lesson plans, and it said check his diaper. So I had to actually change a diaper the other day.
You're kidding.
No.
First time ever?
Mm-hmm. First time ever.
How'd that work out when you get in a...
Well, it was good because he was a good little kid. I was talking to him while I was doing it, and I had it wrong. He goes, no, the tabs go this way. You had to turn it around. So I had
Wait a minute. You're changing a 4-year-old's diaper, and he's got to tell you how to change it? This is not going to look good on your resume, I'll tell you right now. God. You're not up for Father of the Year.
But, you know, I'm glad to say that I have nothing to say to you today that will have to use the flush mechanism, unless, of course, you want to.
Oh, well, Wayne, he was all set. Just for old times'
It doesn't matter to me.
No.
I'm strangely comfortable if
do
we
it.
don't do it.
Do it. Do it.
We'll give that up for Lent.
Yeah, we're giving up the... Yeah, hold it. We're giving that up for Lent. Giving you the flush.
Have you guys gone to any of those comedy shows at the Wyndham?
A friend of mine did.
Yeah, a couple of
K-Dog
them
did. Yeah.
How did they like them? Well,
there's 75 people there, and they said some of the comedians are good.
Yeah, they're very enjoyable.
It's a new concept in Kenosha. We've never had this before. You did say the drinks were...
Entertainment?
Entertainment. yeah. Thanks, Wayne.
No problem. Just helping out.
He can't give you the flush, but he comes off the wood for that deal. But it's a nice place, and they're committed through the end of April, and I guess some of the comedians have been good, and some of them haven't been so good. But I guess you give it a shot. And I applaud Frank Carmichael.
Check it out myself. I'm going to check it out.
I applaud Frank Carmichael for bringing something new to this town. And some of the other thing, the fusions and the creative arts and all that. So we're not just known as a bunch of Corbell swizzling, tea drinking.
There's tons of music
lushes
in the lakeshore area.
Especially since we're losing one of the area's most entertaining aspects, and you guys going down to Gurnee.
Oh, you're doing so well, Dennis. We're still live and local. We'll be fine.
You can still hear us.
You can still hear us. We'll come haunt you. We'll be in your bedroom.
Hey,
haven't you already been there, Scott?
You could put the captain to good use. He can Uber you guys all down there.
Oh yeah. We'll be back by Thursday.
Show up for your Saturday show on Wednesday.
Yeah. Wayne's says he's got to get in here at 6 o'clock in the morning. Now wait till we go down there.
They'll still be there on time.
They'll still be there. Yeah.
I'll be the only one doing the show.
The captain's only going to take Highway 41. He won't take the tollway with you guys.
Well, that's right. Anyway. All right. Well, you say hi to, what's her name?
All right, I will.
All right, later.
Have a good one.
All right.
See you, Dennis.
We are brought to you by our major sponsor, the Boathouse Paul Schneider. Pistol Pete left the building. I think he said he had to get out before the crowd.
Probably.
Or the cops come.
One or the other.
One or the other. And from the galaxy called Spider Dome, the Love Doctor, Spider Ronnie. And, of course, our engineer, board operator, still all jacked up for the winter roadkill season.
Does the season ever end?
No.
Just
I just have to reprint.
Right.
We got spring coming up.
Right, I know. Then we got the spring roadkill season. Yeah, can't wait.
Also, the status of the Secret Word Challenge to win $20 Boathouse gift card. Sponsored by Barter's Financial Planning Service. Still yet to be named. And you can still call me at 262-657-6767. Schedule a free financial planning consultation. Do you want to give a hint, Elmo, on what do you think the word is here?
Let's see. The next few days, it'll be doing this outside.
It's been doing this at Barter Manor for a lot of years.
Drought. Got it.
6-year drought. Thanks, Bart Mango. Good morning. You're on Kenosha today?
They're not on Kenosha today. They're unavailable, so they're going to continue to be unavailable.
And now, boys and girls, it's time for this week's special editorial segment, High Five Zingers and Doofuses. This morning's headliner. You guys you don't care, do you?
Mm-hmm. Well, if you can't sell the spot, we're not going to care about it.
As the Olympics turn like the sands in the hourglass in the days of our life. This week's high five goes to Betty Tostred for her dedication of 25 years to the Kenosha Human Development Services facility, which is now relocated to their new headquarters at 1202 60th Street. And the new location will also be dedicated to serve as a milestone to bring people together under one roof, professional services, residential care, and for those experiencing mental health and drug and alcohol addictions. To Betty, we salute you, and I promise you, Betty, the next 25 will be a lot easier. This week's zinger goes to the FBI for not acting on a recent tip that could have prevented the tragic event in Parkland, Florida. Obviously, somebody failed to do the job they were sworn to serve and protect, and now 17 innocent lives have been lost and many more affected in ways that none of us can possibly fathom. Also, a huge zinger goes to the mainstream media for sensationalizing this character and encouraging the next whack job who plans to shoot up a school. As far as me personally, I could care less about this idiot's background. To quote Sheriff Dave Beth, as I said before, these people should be warehoused, or better yet, in this case, save the money and just juice the bastard. And, did I fail to mention that this Yahoo is also white? This week's Doofus Award goes to the officials from the Freedom of Religion Foundation for sticking their noses into the Kenosha School District, claiming that we had a couple of isolated cases of pictures they feel is a violation of a Supreme Court ruling concerning the separation of church and state. We say poppycock. Noah and Moses are good friends of mine and regularly attend Kenosha Day production meetings. Like I said before, Noah was the one who taught me how to sail the USS Seascum, and it was Moses that taught me the 10 Commandments. Unfortunately, I learned how to break most of those all on my own. But that's another issue. And now the Lord's weeping.
Probably.
I have a question for you, Uncle Scotty.
Okay.
If inside a classroom was found a battery-powered talking donut jar wearing a kilt with the Freedom from Religion Foundation ask it to be removed as a heathen idol?
Yeah. Good question.
Call Irish Ruth 555. And there you have it, folks. As the Olympics turn for this Saturday, February 17th, I'm Scotty Barter, and I approve this message. Yeah, where did she come up? She must stay up late, and I don't know where she comes up with that. Read that. Remember how that went again? She had a battery-operated
talking donut jar with something painted on the outside and wearing a kilt.
Oh boy, if I was Dennis, I'd be frightened right down to my kilts. I have to read a new sponsor. The Kenosha Today Nation welcomes a new sponsor.
Costume down there?
Yeah, but I kept asking. I was going to go in a costume, but I didn't know what to wear. I didn't. What was?
Told you, lederhosen. Lederhosen.
Oh, you said it wasn't a German, or was it?
No, it's like a masquerade party. Yeah,
okay.
It's very cool.
And tonight they're having Raising Ruther Mastacholi and the meatball dinner from 5 to 7, followed by the Dillweeds at 9 o'clock. And we talked about a bunch of things this morning, and I'm glad Michael Bell called in. Apparently he's advertising heavily, and he's got billboards and full-page colored ads all over.
A lot of radio spots.
And radio spots trying to bring in awareness. And I'm glad he called in because I didn't understand why. Because I thought he got his $1.75 million. I thought that was, but that was a civil suit. This is a criminal thing that he's going
New
after.
evidence.
And some of the items and issues that he brings up is pretty valid. And man, I'd be a. I can't. What a nightmare this would be if all of a sudden the mayor knew about this and they did indeed try to cover it up. I'm just saying hypothetically, if that's the case, his evidence says somebody covered it up, and the three guys involved would have been John Anaranium and Bob Jamboyce, who left to go to Madison. Coincidentally, maybe it was a coincidence right after that, and Dan Wade retired, but then Morrissey was his successor. So I thought they all gave depositions under oath. So I don't know what to make on it.
I don't know. It's too long.
And
long ago.
But anyway, we've covered the full gamut here. And the Cubs started spring training this week. And do we have you have the Cub fans thing?
We'll
go out with that.
Oh, we will.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking of a song to go out with, but for all you Cub fans, who's that?
That's the giant Harry Carey head that they unveiled at the Toast on Thursday. 3.5 foot tall Harry Carey head, lifelike.
Wow, that is maybe when I'm all said and done, you'll have a lifelike thing like that.
Yeah.
Mounted on somebody's wall. Maybe not. Anyway, has anybody found the Olympics? You know, it's got another week to go, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
I haven't. The Germans apparently are doing very well.
Luge.
You know, I watched some of these highlights of these guys. There's got to be a better way to enjoy your day than getting on a little sled with your private sticking or tucked away and then going down 100 miles an hour down an ice ramp. Ach du Lieber.
I mean, to each their own, you know. You sit on a bar stool, they go 100 miles dialing it.
Have the bar stool luge.
Right?
Scott would win.
It gets just as uncomfortable. I mean, really.
Yeah. You have your junk hanging out? Oh.
You don't know which bathroom you're going in. It's a very confusing time.
Next time, instead of coming here 4 hours earlier, why don't you meet us here about 10:30?
You want me to show up about 12:15?
Yeah, 12:15 works.
You should buy a pair of them luge pants and wear them to the
those yoga pants?
The luge. Yeah.
Yeah, not yoga pants.
Oh, those
what they wear on the luge?
The tights.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't. I'd have
pretty much
pull them way up high, like
it's pretty much like a wetsuit,
like
isn't it?
Floyd from the
Floyd the Barber.
Well, those guys are only,
Andy Griffith
those guys are only like 100 pounds. They're like jockeys. You know, they're nothing to them. They have body fat of about nothing. I mean that's. But you know what? If you win a gold medal, it's the money you can get after that.
Yeah.
The commercials and the endorsements are pretty good.
You know, I did mention I thought it'd be more exciting if they would like race two at once and have on separate tracks, but have them crisscross at several points.
Oh, like a
there,
figure eight. Oh, talk about the betting.
That'd be
options.
exciting, you know.
Talk about the betting options, boy. That would be good.
It's like the old Hot Wheels tracks that used to have a thing on there that would do that.
Actually, you could do a couple figure eights.
That's
so
right.
You have two.
Right.
Or you can go straight, or you can take the ramp and go overhead.
Sure.
So you got two guys, not one or the other one. They both take the ramp, and now they hit each other.
Yep.
Are we just morbid in our thinking, or is that just entertainment?
Just entertainment.
Morbid entertainment. Sophomoric humor.
Yeah, there you go.
And buzzkill antics.
Buzzkill antics. Yeah, boy, we heard that before. What else did we have here? Oh, my friend Bart wanted to know what I was giving up for Lent. Actually, he should ask his wife. She's giving him up for Lent. Now I got her sitting at my door, stepping outside Barter Manor. Okay, I put in an on-deck circle in the. No, I'm just kidding you. I'm just kidding you.
As long as they bring chips and vodka, do you care?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
No, not at all.
And bring some good stuff, not that rot stuff.
The rot gut
stuff. Like. Do we have a decent call to wind us down here?
No, not at all.
Neither one of them?
I'm waiting to see if that other one comes up.
Caller ID is a little slow.
Slower.
See, when we moved to Illinois, they have bona fide numbers, don't they?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Let's try caller 2.
Okay. Good morning on Kenosha Today.
Hey, good morning, guys. Jeff from Kenosha. How are you?
Go ahead, Jeff.
Just thinking about, you're talking about the Olympics and stuff. There's a lot of those sports now, they've taken a lot of the risk out of it. They've been kind of watering it down. So it's becoming, kind of boring. Like I was watching the ski jumping the other night. Those guys on the ramp isn't covered with snow and ice like it used to be. They go down in a groove in an aluminum sheet.
Yep.
Hey, remember the old days? I think it was Howard Cosell. When he had the agony of defeat and the guy went up.
That was the Facebook post for today's show.
He went. I didn't see it. He goes up there, tumbles down, and breaks his body all up. That was the agony of defeat.
Yeah,
that was the agony of defeat. Coming down the ski ramp and crashing out. Yeah, absolutely.
That was Jim McKay that narrated that. So, no, that's my Facebook post.
And then they used to have. Now it wasn't an Olympic sport, but they bring up Wide World of Sports. They used to have barrel jumping every year.
Yeah. Yep.
You remember watching that?
Yeah.
Long time.
Ice skates. Yep.
Hey, what do you think of our concept? Like I almost said, we'll have the luge, but you put 2 figure eights. So, and you have actually have a race. And,
to me, it'd have to be delusional to do it.
Exactly. Very good. You got marketing.
Like us on the show.
Marketing. And so when you're coming, you can either go straight or you can take your chance if you think you're going to hit the other guy, and you take the little ramp and it takes you off. And so then you got to come back into the track. Now that shows some courage.
That's right.
Now here's one more from the old Olympics and stuff. The Cresta, did that become the luge?
The what?
The Cresta. It was like a Norwegian type sled. It sat about 10 or 12 inches up in the air. It had sleigh runners on it. It was made out of wood. The guys kind of laid back and steered with their feet. And, if they ran off the course, they'd run into the hay bales and stuff. That was how safe it was.
How old are you, Jeff? That seems from the 1930s.
Not quite as old as you, Scott. I'm sorry.
Hey,